Namaste, Dad.
Namaste.
So, I have a question for all three of us. Tell me one quality or any amount of qualities that you admire about your mother.
My mother,
Yeah, grandma.
well, her humor to begin with. I think that many people responded to her humor. There was always laughter in her presence, and then of course she had a great deal of concern for others. So those probably are the largest that, qualities of her that I remember. You know,
And she was quite beautiful as well. I mean, talking about external beauty and internal beauty together.
Well, she was always very popular wherever she went. She would quickly establish herself in some portion of the community. So she interacted with people.
Yeah.
She volunteered a lot. Or if not that, she would go and play simple parlor games with people or something like that in order to, as a foundation for conversation and just being with people, pass the time pleasantly.
She was very graceful.
Graceful? Yes.
Tell us what did you admire most about your mother, BG, my grandmother?
Biji was most adorable person.
Most what?
Adorable person.
Most adorable. What were her
She
qualities?
has many qualities, not one. Very patient, very perfect in each work. Whether it is sewing or cooking and other things also. She is full bank of knowledge.
She was bank of knowledge.
और क्या, सारा कुछ पता था उनको.
Talented.
Very talented, everything. And best is her nature. Her nature was wonderful nature.
Pleasant.
She used to love everyone. She loves everyone. Wherever she goes, she does all the work, like stitching. She never thinks.
You mean when she visited all her
all
family and
cousins were
family and relatives, she always
love
helped
to,
them by
love to
look,
do their work.
cook and stitch and help them in
So
any which.
people used to love her. That's why so many Biji was appreciated by everyone. That's it. I'm very lucky to have such a nice mother. That was good luck.
She was a good soul.
Very good soul.
Wait.
She used to teach us good things. Never jealous anybody.
Right. She always gave you good values, huh?
My values.
It's my turn now.
Yes.
My mother is sitting right here.
I know she has to hear what you have to say.
I think I'm very blessed to have her as my mother, just as she feels blessed to have BG as her mother, and I feel blessed to have BG as my grandmother. I feel very blessed to have her as my mother because she has imbibed a lot of the qualities that she talks about her mother. She has the same and maybe more. I would say they are equally full of values and talents and qualities. And some things I really liked about my mother is she doesn't show much love, but she feels a lot of it for everyone. She's very loving, but she's not like me. Like, I'm very touchy and feely, and I display emotions very much to my loved ones. But my mother, if she does not do that, doesn't mean she doesn't have it in her. She's really very caring and very kind, and she's very loving, and she's always concerned. One of the best things.
We can tell that.
Yeah.
I know it too.
Yeah. And she's very graceful and gracious both. Besides, one of the best things I love about her was, I hear all these talk about people saying, don't waste your life by being a homemaker. I think it's not right for people to say things like that, because we don't say for people who work in offices, for women who work in offices or any gender, we don't say that you should not be doing that. We are happy that they do that and they feel empowered. At the same time, I think homemakers like my mother and everybody, and she did work for some time too, but it's not a comparison. I think homemakers are equally hardworking. There's a lot of work involved in putting the house together, growing up children, looking after your seniors, looking after your elders, looking after your husband, or the staff or the members who are related to your two families. It's a lot of work, and I think she was brilliant in that. I never felt the reason why Abhishek and I are so attached to my mother is the very fact that she gave us full time. She was always there, she used to make the best meals for us or supervise making the best meals. She always was there when we were ill, unwell. She was always there looking after us. So the times where a mother and child bond, she was there. I never felt that some of my friends used to complain actually about their parents when we were in school and say, I never have them around when I need them. But that was not the case with me and my brother. She and my father were there as much as my father could. He was a busy army officer, but she was always there. And she has such wonderful qualities. She doesn't have jealousy. Really, she doesn't have jealousy. It's a very common thing, I think, in the Indian subcontinent. It's just a human race thing, I think. But there's a lot of drama in people. They say, "Oh, I'm not jealous of others," and but she really is not, and she doesn't have to say those things. She never said anything. She never portrayed something that she wasn't. And I see a lot of people doing that. They portray themselves to be somebody else. They portray themselves to be great, but they're not. And they have all these jealousies, and they want constant praise, and there's so much superficiality in people's families and lives that it's exhausting just to be with those people or see them doing it. But what I'm trying to say is there was none of that with my mother and my father. So my brother and I did not grow up in a very superficial, a very difficult life, so to say. We had the most easy life, I think. We didn't have to worry about what we had to tell my mother or what she had to tell us. There was no need for us to constantly praise her, even though there are times when people don't deserve praise. You have to praise them just to keep them happy, but we didn't have that issue with her. And if we praised her, she knew that it was serious. There was no jealousy. She was never jealous of her cousins or her sister-in-laws or brothers or anybody. She was always happy to see them happy and thriving and see us happy and thriving. And she still is like that. And she's very talented too. In the army, she was known for her external beauty and fashion sense. She wore the most beautiful saris. She designed a lot of clothes, Western and Indian wear, for us and herself. She was a good fashion designer and stylist, a good interior decorator, and so many talents. Good artist, without having to copy anybody else, and in the name of inspiration, she did everything just by herself. So internal beauty as well as external beauty, just as my grandmother and your mother, my American grandmother. So I'm very blessed to have her as my mother, because I really am. I can see those values in Abhishek and me, where we are very grounded. We don't fly high in the air thinking we are something special, or we deserve importance, or we deserve praise, or we deserve this constant attention. We don't have that kind of. If we get it, we are thankful, but we also are able to understand that it's not genuine if somebody is bestowing upon us all this unneeded attention. And I think that's very important. I really think it's very important to be to know the reality of life, to be real, to be genuine in whatever you do. And I think hats off to my mother that we got that. She's also a very good cook, as you know.
This is true.
As a mother, she's the best mother we could get, and we're thankful. And as a parent, by both biological and adoptive parents, my father, she, and you, we are very lucky to have three of, my father's soul as a blessing, and he's around, and of course my grandmother and you as a adoptive parent. So yeah, those are the qualities I see in my mother.